Hi, I'm Jen Corsi with Thrive Today, and today in our Summer Joy series, I want to talk to you about helping your kids become aware of Jesus' presence and how that can impact their joy levels. When we can feel Jesus near us, when we can feel His presence with us, we can feel His peace and His joy, that adds to our joy levels on a daily basis. Additionally, it's very helpful to practice interacting with Jesus and the process of finding where He is in the midst of us, of noticing where He is in the midst of us before hard times come, because it's such a benefit to find Jesus' presence and His peace in the midst of distress. But when we're working with our kids on this, it helps them to have something on file. It helps them to have already noticed where Jesus is in the good times, in the everyday life times, because it's a lot harder to do in the distressing times, but it's even more important in the distressing times. So I'm going to tell you one of the things we've done as a family. We purchased these little journal books, and over dinner or sometimes over breakfast in the morning, we'll just take a few minutes to do what we call interactive gratitude. So we start by writing something to Jesus, Dear Jesus, and we're writing something to Jesus that we're thankful for. So, Dear Jesus, thank you for the beautiful breeze today. Thank you for the wonderful temperatures. Thank you for the fun time playing with the kids. My kids might write, Dear Jesus, thank you for pizza for dinner. Or, Dear Jesus, thank you for our puppy. Or, Dear Jesus, thank you for the new fun book that I've been reading. Or, Dear Jesus, thank you that Mommy let me have tablet time today. Something like that. Something that they are thankful for that makes them feel a smile come to their face. And it's even better if it's something that feels like a gift from Jesus. So, Dear Jesus, thank you that you gave us a puppy and we get to have her and play with her. So then the next thing is the unique part of this that you may not have heard of before. But we're going to invite our kids to then write the thoughts that come to mind of what Jesus might say back to them. So this might look like, Dear Jen, I'm glad that you're enjoying the puppy. Or, Dear Jen, I'm glad you're enjoying this beautiful breeze and the wonderful weather, and that you're stopping to notice that. Now that's probably a little bit more expansive than what a kid would write, but it might be what you would write. And then at the end of this exercise, we take turns reading them to each other. Now this part, depending on what age your kids are, there might be some resistance. And if you have younger kids, they might not be able to write it. They might tell you the thoughts that they're having, and you might write it for them. But the step of hearing it out loud is an important part of it. It helps our brain process it as if somebody actually said it out loud to us. So even if the kids aren't comfortable sharing it around the table in front of everybody, maybe they can just read it out loud to themselves or read it out loud just to you separately. But practicing this, what we call interactive gratitude step, can help our kids have something on file as what it looks like to notice and interact with Jesus being near us. And then that really gives us a foundation to build on when something upsetting happens, like we get stung by a bee, or our friend is mean to us, or we got in trouble, or our brother hit us, or whatever it is that is upsetting. It gives us something to look back on, because at that point you can build on what you've done with the interactive gratitude. And we always start with appreciation because it helps our brain be in the most open state to noticing what God is doing in the midst of us. So we would encourage our kids to start with, what feels like a gift from Jesus? Or do you remember the last time you felt like Jesus was close, what that felt like? And we focus on that for a couple of moments. And then we say, now, why don't you ask Jesus what He wants you to know right now? What He wants you to know just in general, or what He wants you to know about getting stung by a bee, or your brother hitting you, or whatever it is that's upsetting right now. And then we just encourage them to notice the first thought or feeling or picture that comes to their minds. And sometimes they may not feel anything or hear anything or may not notice anything, and that's okay. It can take a while to get warmed up in this. But again, if we start with that interactive gratitude, we're building a foundation where they can start to notice what it feels like, that peaceful, joyful feeling that it feels like when we're aware that Jesus is near us. And then we have something to draw on in those upsetting times. And I have a number of blogs written about this at thrivetoday.org under blog, under parenting. If you look for the keyword Emmanuel or prayer or gratitude, all of those would pull up something, and it would give you some example stories of how we've done this in some of the hard times with our kids. So I hope that this tip helps you add to your summer joy with your kids and involve Jesus in your summer joy and in your summer plans with your kids.